right. So today, this is actually a
Oh,
redo.
no, welcome back.
Welcome back. For anyone that's new, I'm Liz, and this
I'm
is
Natty.
we're
Oh God.
creeping weird, and we have everything all together. We know
Yeah,
exactly what
totally.
we're doing.
We got this. We got this.
Take.
It's all right.
So this is going to be a redo of an episode because last time we did it, I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in, so it was recording out of my computer. So it sounded like I was in a toilet recording. So it sounded so bad.
We would have just given everybody PTSD from back in their frat days. That's all it is. I, of course, was not in a frat, just to go ahead and clarify.
Oh, good.
I was
I've
not
been to
that
many of
girl.
those parties, though.
I've never been to a party. Well, I've been to one party ever my whole life.
What? And
Yeah, I
no,
know. I am a loser. Yeah, one
you've
party,
got, but you've gone to like birthday parties and stuff, right?
not as an adult. Wait, there was
Have you
kind of one.
have you had birthday parties? Because that still counts.
Not of that capacity. It's
That
literally just been like cake and ice cream like a toddler.
I craved the big parties before. Now I'd be happier with cake and ice cream and no one talking to me. Like
I
that's an
am in my
ideal birthday
30s.
now.
I am in my 30s and I have never had a drunk birthday party.
Really?
You really? I'm
Oh
a
my
loser, man.
gosh. No, you're not. I could tell
All
you
right.
stories.
Oh,
But all right, so today we're doing a redo. We're gonna be just go right in. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm really hoping that you do what you did last time. I'm just
Okay.
waiting. I'm waiting to pounce.
All right. So empty buildings or halls, walls that don't quite feel right, repetitive patterns on the wall and the floor, artificial lighting, evenly spaced out as far as you can see, an area that seems like it never ends. It seems like you're stuck in a labyrinth.
You didn't do it. You didn't do it. I was really hoping you
Oh,
were going to call it the back door again.
oh, did I? The visitor of this room is said to feel very uneasy, just monotonous repetition that goes on forever. And although you feel alone, you also feel like you're not alone. These are known as backrooms that exist in a dimension outside of our reality. They can be inside, like indoors or outdoors, or both. But a constant is that you feel like you've been there before. Some report entering empty shopping malls or empty airport terminals or office buildings. You don't know how you got there, so you don't know how to get out, and you're filled with this paranoia of being watched. And all this repetition makes you feel like you're going crazy. Backrooms are described as like an off-putting place with tons of people online remembering being in that one area of a photo. And people are said to be able to get into it by no clipping or glitching through this reality to that one.
That's more like in the Matrix.
Right?
Okay.
Red pill or
Without
blue
taking the
pill.
pill, it's just an oopsie.
Do you remember The Office when they did that messing with Dwight?
Oh, whenever they had like the photos and everything. I
Well, they
just
had the
watched this.
cat go by and then the second cat
Oh
and they
yeah. I thought you were talking about the one where he was like, oh my gosh, Jim. When Jim, there's another person who comes in and pretends to be Jim. And
Oh,
they like
Asian Jim.
switch, yeah, Asian Jim. They like swap the photo album and everything out. And he's like, no, this is Jim. And it's like the picture of that guy with her. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, priceless. I just watched a really good movie with him in it. It's called Code 3. And if you've worked in healthcare at all, uh, this is literally what we're thinking 98% of the time in the ER. Like, I can just imagine that these EMTs are thinking the exact same thing. Like, it is legit. Highly recommend.
All right.
Okay.
I just saw Ready or Not too, and that was really good.
Oh, I saw the first one not that long ago. Man, my thing is going off. I watched it like last week or the week before, and then I was all
Hmm.
excited because I thought the second one was on TV. It was a trailer.
I hate they do that on Hulu all the time, and you
That's
think it's
exactly where
actually
it was at.
released. Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
trick me all the time, and I get all excited, and then I'm like, trailer. I don't want to see a trailer. I get all pissed
exactly.
and shut it off. Go play Fortnite. So, Wiki Fandom posted some rules for the backrooms. They do say that they are not infallible and are merely gathered through observation of people's encounters. I'll just read the rules right from the article, which will be linked below. And I know last time you had a lot of problems with these rules, so let's see if you still have the
Yes.
same stances.
Oh, yes, I will. 100%. I'm ready. Let's do this.
The first law, the foundational law, every level is static, unalterable, and unchanging. Even in the grand scheme of levels as a whole, changes ultimately do not change the level on a finite scale. All levels have a finite limit within it, if not something similar. It's consistent with itself and always with at least one stable connection to another level.
I would like to go ahead and say rule one, already a problem. Because if you're altering who is in the room, you've already got to change. Just saying.
Second law, there are no safe place. They don't even write it right. So this isn't my fault. They said there's no safe place in the back rooms. No matter where you are, something will try to kill or harm you, whether it is the space itself or something far worse. It reigns true, something will try to kill you.
I'm just like seeing like monster staplers because you said the office. Staplers with teeth and the fan comes alive and tries to kill you or something, or suck your tie into the printer or something. That's what I'm picturing.
The third law, in every level, there are small instabilities. Whether small scale or large, there will be some level of instability present, regardless of its current position. Nothing is ever the same within the backrooms.
It says there's no changes. I can't. Okay. I
The
can do
fourth,
this.
the fourth law. For every entrance into a level, there will be at least one exit, either through some level of no clipping or otherwise. There is no inescapable level.
Okay.
If there is something other than human, it wants to kill you, no exceptions.
I'm so sorry. I am still over here like, but what if it's human? Does it not want to kill you? And then if that's the case, then that's not that everything in there wants to kill you.
It's the staplers, man. You got to watch out for them
Uh,
darn staplers.
yeah.
The sixth law, time is never reliable. It's always different in different levels, each possessing different flows of time. You cannot accurately predict what time it is in one level accurately within another. Time may be backwards, may be faster or slower, or may not flow at all.
Okay.
The seventh law, if there's a level in the backrooms, it will have a negative equivalent to it. Sublevels and connections to those sublevels, discovered or not.
Okay, so if it's saying there's a negative to it, does that mean that there's two different dimensions of the same level, or is it that that level has a mirror within the level itself? Like, does
It
that
just
make
says
sense?
equivalent to it. It doesn't say within it. So I'm assuming it's a different one. And by negative, I'm not sure if that means the reverse or the bad one, but all of them sound bad. So
I
I
mean, if
could,
everything wants to kill you in every level, well, then maybe
yeah,
everything's butterflies and rainbows in some of them, and nobody reports those ones.
possibly.
They're probably like, man, I was really tripping on that LSD.
The eighth law, there's no escape from the backrooms. Once you've entered, you cannot leave the dimension unless by some kind of extraordinary or false mean. No exception.
Oh my gosh, for everybody who is not watching the video, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, there's an exit in every level. There's no exits. It's what? Okay, continue. Sorry.
I feel like by these doesn't it feel like you're talking to a car salesman?
I used to
Sorry
be
to
a
all the
car
car
salesman.
salesmen.
I used to be a car salesman.
I can't deal with people that talk in circles. Like I just can't. What was that? Ninth law. A level is always expanding, even if beyond the view of humans. They're constantly moving and expanding.
Okay. I'll wait till we get to the end. I'll try to hold it in.
The 10th law. There's no outside of the backrooms. Even the void is part of the backrooms.
Okay, that one I'm not sure how I feel about, but the other ones so far, it's just one law and then another law that contradicts the first law. That
And
then
then
in turn also contradicts itself by contradicting the first law.
and then they have other rules like never try to escape, which the other one tells you there's an escape way to do it, or there's Always be calm. Don't show any signs of anxiety. Don't search for others. Don't ask for anyone. Stay as close as your entrance as to your entrance as possible. Never directly stare at any source of light. Should you lose your senses, do anything to regain them, even if it means cutting off a part of your body.
Well, that escalated
Always
quickly.
always check if the time is what you remember it to be. Do not touch a wall that seems darker than the one next to it. Should you come across another human being, do not make any contact and move away from each other as fast as possible.
But they're supposedly the only ones that don't want to kill you. I mean, if we're going by the other rule where everything that's not human wants to kill you.
Well, this is from a different list, but they all contradict each other. And it said is the most important. Sit down and do not look at the sounds when you hear them. I don't think I could do that. I think if I hear something, I'm going to look.
I think I could probably hold off on that part. But what if you're okay? What if your entrance to get in was along the wall that was darker than the other wall?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not supposed to move, but you're not supposed to touch that dark wall. What the fuck
And
do you
everything's
do?
going to kill you, and you can't move, and you can move, and the room changes, but the room doesn't change.
You know what? We all need to get on the same page with what these rooms are. I'd rather not find out for myself, but somebody needs to go figure this out and come back.
Agreed. So this is from a Reddit thread, again, in the description box if you want to check it out. My backroom experience happened a year back. I was heading to work because this was a normal day in 2021. At least it was the new normal. As I was walking from my apartment to my job, about halfway through the walk, something happened. I was looking around, and it seemed as if I was transported to a different part of town. As any human would have done, which that's very strange wording, if as any human would have done. I looked and explored, not thinking this would set me off behind schedule. This happened because curiosity got the best of me. I entered this building. It was like a donut shop mixed with a grocery store, which was weird because we're probably used to places like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. Well, this building was 4 to 7 stories tall. I explored the story that everyone was going to, the 4th and the 7th.
But there's not supposed to be people.
So I went both on the 4th story and the 7th just to see what all the hype was about. I arrived on the 4th story and it seemed as if everybody had disappeared or something. So I continued to look around and I finally found a man looking and guiding people. The strange thing was he was guiding no one until I got there, meaning he was guiding someone or something invisible.
Maybe he's just crazy? He's just got schizophrenia. It's okay.
So you're just seeing this guy just like waving his arm, but nobody's there, and you're like, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
At this point, girl, you deserve what happens.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Looking around.
As anyone would have done in this situation, I asked the man for help, and I can say that is not what I would have done.
Me neither.
I asked, quote, where am I and where did everyone go? At one point, people were beside me, and another, they were gone. He replied with, quote, well, you see, first you're on the 4th story of this building known as the Biscuit Company Lofts. And for you, it may seem everyone disappeared, but everyone is still here. They're just aware of them and I. The reason is once you get to a certain point down here, I mess with your minds to think you're alone. Which this creeped me out, so I went back to the elevator and went on the 7th floor. On the 7th floor, I had found a regular old office door, which was the color of gray mixed with white. I opened it and walked through. It seemed like I was teleported again, but this time in a room, a bright yellowish room with green flooring, yellow walls, and a white roof. A white roof? Wouldn't you say white ceiling? So on the 7th floor, I found a regular old office door, which was the color of gray mixed with white. I opened it in, I opened it and walked through. It seemed like I was teleported again, but this time in a room. A bright yellowish room with green flooring, yellow walls, and white roof. And a lot of this, even if we have to just cut chunks, it doesn't really matter because this is a long ass story. I walked
Okay.
around thinking I was dreaming when I saw something run across the room about 60 feet in front of me. So I checked it out, but I noticed the room went on indefinitely. I already had previous knowledge of the backrooms, but I thought there were some conspiracy theories, but boy, was I wrong. So at this point, I was terrified because it had felt like hours since I left my apartment. I didn't say anything to my fiance, mom, or dad before I left, so they didn't know where I'm at.
Well, she should have been at work.
Right? Not following the creepy stalker guy.
You, if I'm judging time correctly, I mean, you should still have a good 7.5 hours before you're supposed to be anywhere. You got plenty of time.
I kind of figured this room was like a maze, though, and I was excellent at mazes. I went
Oh,
through the what I thought was a maze. I finally got to an end in the room, which I thought was impossible. However, I entered another room, but this time it was the same except with blue walls, yellow carpet, and slanted roof. What does she keep calling it a roof? Wouldn't you say ceiling? Ugh.
this is the same bozo that went out of their way to Dora her way on an exploration on her way to work. I am not going to question her mental capacity at this point. I think that has flown the coop.
I again ran around, so she's running around now, still terrified to death, and I again saw something run, but on all fours this time. It looked to
Ugh.
be about 8 feet long and real skinny. The
Ew.
bad thing is, it was about 30, maybe 20 feet closer than last time.
Yeah, no thanks.
Again, I treated this room like it was a maze, but it wasn't. So now I was more terrified than ever. I tried to feel around the walls for a door or something, but I couldn't find one. However, this time I heard a voice say, "You can try to run, but you cannot hide." Ew.
That is
I thought
creepy as fuck.
I thought I was going to die. And when I say I pooped my pants, I literally did.
Oh no. So now she's lost. She's got no extra drawers. Now what's she gonna do? Can I call it work? Call it work. I'm not gonna make it in. I shat myself going into this room that I shouldn't have been in on the way to work.
And she didn't even get a donut after all this. Oh my gosh. Okay.
How do you think it's a maze? It's one room.
I was so desperate, I started praying to God to let me out of this nightmare. I pinched myself to make sure I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. I then pulled my phone out, but it said no service. I was wanting to call my family and tell them I love them. Since that plan failed, I just stood there, hoping, sorry, I'm just picturing her there with droopy draws, hoping whatever that voice that talked to me would kill me already, but it didn't happen. However, as soon as I thought that I heard the voice again, it said, "I will see you some other time," in an angry voice. I woke up and was laying in my bed next to my fiance. So I want to say I was either lucid dreaming or this was an actual experience. It made me so scared I didn't leave my house for a whole month. If you have any ideas what happened that night, please let me know. I'm desperate for answers.
It was a dream. Now
I
she
want to
would have
know what
woke
happened
up.
in her pants when she woke up.
She probably woke up with a bed full of crap. Wet the bed. I mean, if she had woke up and she was like back where she started on the street or at the base of a building or at work or something like that, that's one thing. But you wake up in your room, you were fucking in your bed, you were sleeping. This is so, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I've
It's
got the
crap.
flag out. I'm crap,
It's
crap,
real
crappity,
crap.
literally and figuratively crap. This is shit, no pun intended, or pun fully intended.
The whole concept of Backrooms began in 2019 in a 4chan thread. The anonymous user asked people to post
Is
disquieting images.
is that the same place that the elevator game originated?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to. I'm getting some elevator game esque kind of stuff going on here. Okay, at least the elevator game's got consistent freaking rules.
That one creeps me out a lot, the elevator game.
We're
I
gonna
don't
have
know
to
if I'd
cover
want to
that.
try it, but I
I
want to
will.
try it.
Oh
But I
no,
don't
no,
want to try it. But I do want to try it.
no,
But I don't want to try
no.
it. But I do.
Me, no. Ain't no way in hell you're gonna get me to try to play that game. I've seen some shit. Yeah, I'm
So
not
on.
playing that game. How I lost
Yeah,
my
that's a
co-host.
creepy one. That would be a good story, though.
You're gonna have to tell me. I'm gonna have to have like a live feed, or let me know when you're starting. So if I don't hear from you in like 2 months, I know what happened.
I'll be like, Natasha, I pooped my pants.
Well, you won't be able to text me from the other side.
I'll have to leave you a message.
If you don't hear from me, I crap my pants and I'm lost. Like you're a little old lady or something.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the anonymous user asked people to post disquieting images that just feel off. And one of the responses was an off-putting photo. Although off-putting, the photo gave feeling of nostalgia, like people have been there before. One showed a room lit with partitioned walls, fluorescent lighting with these like yucky colored yellow walls, having a drop ceiling and stains on the wall and carpet.
So pretty much every photo from like a beat down, abandoned asylum or hospital.
I think more like office building with the partitioned walls, with like the partially partitioned walls.
Oh, I was
You,
thinking like those wheelie partitions that back in the day when they would like close the quote unquote curtain for the patients.
no, this one looks more like an old office building, like from the 90s or something that's just been left.
Something that everybody could say that they've been in because everybody's worked in that old ass office, which is clearly needs to be renovated. Okay. Okay.
And people took the photo on 4chan and they wrote a whole backstory about the photo and posted it on Reddit. And then that spread online, making its place as a creepy pasta. In 2022, a YouTuber named Kane Parsons started posting clips on YouTube of Backrooms. It's since been put into games, mods, and Kane Parson, the one that made all the YouTube videos about the Backrooms, is making a movie called Backrooms in 2026, or maybe it's already been made. I don't know. I couldn't find it, but I'm not very good at finding anything, so I wouldn't put much weight on that. The location of the original photo with the yucky yellow walls, sorry, and drop ceiling was found after the internet sleuths were on the case. And it was found in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which I love that there's an actual place called Oshkosh. Oshkosh,
Yes.
gosh.
Just imagine if I was there.
1909.
Well, everybody calls me Tosh.
Oh, do they?
Or Tasha, yeah. Back in
And
the day, growing up. Back before I was an adult.
Tasha. So the room was originally from a Hobby Lobby that was going to be turned into an RC car racetrack.
I found it. Literally, the first pull up, I didn't even put it all in there. It looks like 2026 horror sci-fi and releases May 29th.
Okay, so it's right around the corner. Look at that. We didn't even plan that.
Yep.
So it's a creepypasta, but maybe not. A lot of people online claim that they have gone to the back rooms. So some people do think it's a glitch into this alternate reality. You don't look like you're on board at all. I think the rules is what threw you off, but it is a fun idea that it could happen.
The story in general is bullshit. She woke up in bed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I woke up from a nightmare this morning or this afternoon. I sleep during the day like a vampire. And I shit you not, in my dream, I all of a sudden could not feel half my face. It was like I had Bell's palsy again, but we thought I was having a stroke. And so my boyfriend was there and he was we had, ironically, this lady that's a family friend is also a doctor, like in real life. And she was there for some church thing or something. I don't know. And she looked at me and was like, "You need to get to the hospital like now because we think you're having a stroke." And we were trying to find a hospital and we couldn't find one. And when I woke up, half of my face was numb. So much so that I was freaked out and like went into the mirror to like smile to make sure half my face was working. And it was bizarre. It was super realistic. I mean, I literally, oh no, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, I can
CPR,
hear you.
CPR.
No, that's interesting though, but I think that the way I presented it was terrible on the Backrooms because I was just looking up examples of what people have said online. But the idea that you can glitch into it, it falls into I think we talked about it before, time slips, things like that.
Yeah, time slips are one. Another thing too that I've heard of happening, say you have grown up, okay, we're just gonna say you're from the Midwest without saying you're from the Midwest. You're out in the woods and you're walking through the woods that you've grown up in your whole life. You're walking the same trail, and then all of a sudden you're walking and there's a house, and you're like, "What the hell? This house wasn't here. I've been here for years. This house has never been here." So
Yeah.
you leave, and then you go back to try to find it again, and it's gone. But there's a house there. There might be people, there might be creatures, there might be all this stuff. It's like you walk into some weird dimension, and then you either pass through it or you go back and you try to find it again and it's gone. But you don't wake
Like
up in your bed.
no, this would be the next episode. Never mind. I was going to talk about Sam, but that's going to be coming out after this, so it's not a throwback, it's a future.
What do they call that? Not a strip tease. Oh my God.
A striptease. I was thinking like premonition or something, but you're going striptease. I love
Easter
how
egg? An Easter egg?
oh, an Easter egg, yeah.
Is that? I don't know how you go from a
It's a
strip
sneak
tease to an
peek.
Easter egg.
It's a sneak striptease peek.
That's the only kind of peep I want for Easter.
Grumpy Natasha.
That's my problem.
Grumpy Natasha.
I'm just saying.
I'm excited about Easter. I'm gonna smoke something. I haven't decided if I'm doing a brisket or not, and then I'm gonna cook and have family over. Not weed, not smoking what you're thinking. I was gonna because it's gonna be warm, so I want to do something kind of outsidey too.
We're
Then
gonna
have
pretend
a
I did not
backup.
just spit my drink
I
everywhere.
see you having a whole thing over there. I was just letting you be. I didn't know what was happening.
I was gonna smoke something. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, damn, this might be a good Easter. I will never forget. We had this sign outside of our church, and it was one of those old ones that you had to take the letters off of manually and put them back on to put the messages up about whatever it is that week. And I went out to help, and there was this big bell outside, like right next to the sign. And I remember looking, and I was like, oh my gosh, an Easter egg. It was not Easter. It had not been Easter for a long time, a very long time.
Was it a real egg or a plastic egg?
It was a real egg.
Yuck.
And I dropped it. And it was not a hard boiled egg. And it smelled so bad.
Where did it come from then if it was not a hard-boiled egg that was just sitting there?
It was colored, but they didn't boil it. They did not boil it.
Why would you hide unboiled eggs?
No. Make the rules. I was just a kid. I just
That is
know
so
that
weird.
it broke. Well, who wants to do that and boil all those for like, I mean, it was a church thing. There's probably like 200 eggs.
Just so everyone brings boiled eggs and they all contribute.
You have way too much faith in the coordination of a small town church that consisted of primarily old ladies.
Which have all the time in the world to boil some eggs.
Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But I will never forget. That is my Easter memory. That is the one that
Ugh.
sticks for
I
me.
loved Easter when I was a kid. We always played these different yard games at my aunt's house because she usually hosted that. And we'd have the ones where you'd have to put the egg on the spoon and you had to walk back and forth.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we'd always spill it on us, but she had a pool there. We'd jump in out. We had all like
Oh,
water balloon toss games. Like they were just so fun. I love Easter. So you think that this is 100% crap,
oh, 100% crap. This lady just had a bad dream and she's making it out to be something it's not.
but as a whole, do you believe in liminal spaces or other
Yes.
places that you can get to?
That I think that there are places out there. I mean, it'd be unrealistic. So I also have a theory about dimensions that, so let's see. Our dimension currently, as we know it, is all full of, in theory, zeros and ones, correct?
Mhm.
So you can have enough variation. So think about all of the zeros and ones that it would make to create this can of pop.
Pop, pop.
Pop. Now,
I've only
you
seen
can
people in movies say that. Pop.
pop. Again, Midwesterner. But and there's a reason that we call it pop because if you leave it outside, it's too hot or too cold, it will explode. So that's why I call it pop.
Freaking soda. Yeah.
No, it's pop.
Pop.
Sody pop. Here we go. We'll combine them
You,
too.
I know you probably you don't watch Thousand Pound Sisters, but they call them sodies.
Oh, geez. I will never say that dirty word
I
again.
love that show. Love
Ugh,
that show so
ugh.
much. It's so all over my fridge. I have the doctor from there, Doctor Now. I have him all over my fridge in
Mm.
magnets.
But I mean, think about it. You can change 1 0 out of this entire code to make this can of pop. And you have something, you have a whole different reality because one digit was changed.
Mm-hmm.
So think about how many times only one digit or one combination of those digits could be changed to make an entire different dimension. And then what if there's another dimension that doesn't run on ones and zeros, it runs on twos and threes, or ones and fours, or any combination of 0 through 9? I mean, there's infinite amount of them. It is insane. And so that's, I feel like it would be very irresponsible to not consider the fact that there are other alternate universes as opposed to ours that we could function in.
I believe anything. I say that I think in every episode now. Now I believe absolutely anything and everything.
Now I'm the negative one.
Yeah, before I was skeptical, and now I'm like, yep, all of it. It can happen.
I don't believe
That's
the
a
story, but I
clone.
do.
That's
Yeah,
a this.
the concept is there. I believe in the concept, just not in this lady's story at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things wrong with the story. Like for one, who detours on their way to work? If you are on your way to work and you're in a hurry, you're not going to go in some rando building just because you want to. I mean, there was no reason. And then you walk in and then you see that people are going to these like weird floors and then you just follow them.
Well, she said it was a donut shop, and I've been late to work before and have still stopped for coffee.
But the only
That's my
reason she thought it was
weakness.
weird was because it started off that she was en route and then all of a sudden found herself in this other place. And then she thought it was curious and went in. So it started off already that maybe she just zoned out and she turned left 3 blocks early.
That can happen. I've zoned out and driven all the way home, and I'm like, whoa, where am I?
Yeah, and I've done that before too. But to consider the fact that you're going into a building and then you're following people. Now, I will say, what if it was some kind of weird gamer? Like, think of it like a video game. You can have millions of people playing Fortnite, and say that
I'm one of them.
yeah, say that Fortnite has a story mode, and what do they call them? And NPCs are in there.
Mhm.
Everyone sees the NPC, but you do not see the other players.
That's
all the
fun.
time. But see what I mean? Like that is similar concept. What if it's just that they were NPCs, so that's why everybody could see them, but they couldn't see each other?
Yeah, they're just each on like I can't even think what that's called, like the ghost like track. Like you're just doing the
Yeah,
same
the
thing
loop.
over and over again. The
Residual type get up.
Yeah, I can't think of the word that I'm
I know
looking
what you're
for,
saying,
but
but
yeah.
the same loop.
Yeah.
But that's something that would explain part of that. But then it's like I opened the door and then I was in a room. What the fuck do you think was on the other side of that door? It wasn't like you went back out the way you came.
I think the thing that angers me the most about her story, she keeps calling it a roof. Like the walls, the floor, and the roof. Like, girl, you are not outside of the building. How can you see the roof? You're looking at the
Unless she,
ceiling.
well, unless the floor that she went in on appeared to be the top floor, then she could call it a roof. Because she went all the way, because she said it was 4 to 6 stories,
But
right?
she's
And
looking at the ceiling. She's not looking at the roof.
but it was 4 to 7
Well, she
stories.
was saying the fourth and the seventh floor, but she didn't
Okay.
say how many stories the whole building. She only
Oh, I thought that it said that
went
it was like
to the
up to 7
fourth and the
stories.
seventh floor, though. But
I
she
was
didn't
thinking it,
say if there was more or less.
okay, I was just thinking that it said that it was like the top floor, like the 7th floor. Okay. But what if it had a skylight? No. Either way, this story is bullshit.
Maybe if it
But
had a
I'm just
skylight, I'll
trying
believe it. But yeah,
maybe that's why it was a
no.
slane. It was one of those like greenhouses or whatever that's got the little. That's not a greenhouse. Is it a greenhouse? No, greenhouses. Wait, are greenhouses round? They're like a
They're
dome,
usually like don't like
but a pitched
triangle
roof.
top because you want the sun to go. Yeah, like a pitched roof. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just say maybe there
I
was
don't
a
know. Either way, it's
skylight.
crap, and she crapped her
Yeah,
pants.
she
So,
crapped her pants because she was saying so much bullshit. It was spewing out of both ends.
so yeah, that's the
But
end of
what?
it, though. That's the back rooms.
Here would be my question.
Hmm?
If you were to find yourself in this situation, which set of rules would you follow? Would you follow the don't look for anyone, stay where you're at rule, or find an exit rule?
I am a person that if I'm gonna go out, I'm going out fighting or at least trying.
Okay. I am honestly not sure what I would do. I'd probably stand there for a good amount of time going, what the fuck is happening? What is happening?
You wouldn't immediately start looking for an exit?
No. I mean, it's going to take you
I
time
would.
to realize you're in some weird space. Now, if I have some creature that's like 8 foot long, like a shadow thing after me, oh, I'd be looking for an exit super fast.
Well, she said that freaking thing's crawling on the floor in front of her.
But that wasn't immediately. She saw it first, which you see something first and you're like, wait, did I just see that? What was that? That was weird. Where am I? Like, there's a
If
lot of questions that you would want to sift through before, oh shit, I got to get out of here. I am in danger.
if I walked in one way and I could not exit that same way, that would be the first and only thing I need to know to start looking for an exit.
I still feel like I'd be a little bit like staring at the entrance in bewilderment before I was like, something needs to happen. Because I'd be the same way. I'm like, am I dreaming? Is this real? What's happening? I would 100% close the door and open it a few times to make sure that I wasn't hallucinating before it seeped in that I was trapped.
Well, you can be in there. I'll be looking for the way out.
Do you have your exit, buddy? And it doesn't even say that anything was trying to get her other than that one thing.
Well, I think her story was literally just a dream.
Okay, we're on the same page with the dreamer.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like in Stranger Things where they have the upside down and you go through that like entrance to the upside down.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you can also wait, they could get out the way they got in, right?
I don't think so because he had to hear the music to find the way out. So I think it was a
But I think he got
separate
lost while he
way.
was in there.
Oh, maybe it gives you a mind fuck situation in there, so then you just don't know how to get back out.
Yeah. But if it just looks like a tree, there's a tree, there's a tree, then I mean, if you're in the middle of the woods, then they all look the same. So would you try every
Yeah.
tree?
Better than nothing. What else are you gonna do?
But what if there's like every tree is full of like rabid raccoons that are gonna try to eat your face?
That are gonna try to eat my face. That's why you need a cat with you. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would definitely take a minute to realize that I was trapped. And then I would probably still assess the situation. Like, what am I looking at? What is around me? What's going on? And she's like feeling around for a door, but you could clearly see if there's a door or not.
Yeah. I would be curious to see if she went back to that building and the building was set up exactly how it was in her dream. That would be cool.
That would be cool. My guess is probably not because it's all bull crap and she probably couldn't find the building because it didn't exist.
I'm with you.
But I'm with you. All right. We can agree on this one. We are both throwing the flag on the play.
But yeah, so I don't even know how we're ending this.
Don't forget to check us out on social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We have a YouTube, so we're on YouTube. If you have any stories or requests, send them to creepitweirdpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out the Patreon page. We now have 2 episodes. I posted it last night, so we have 2 episodes, plus video
Woo!
versions of the episodes are on there as well. Whoop, whoop. Still working on merch, but we'll get there. Take our time. This has just been 24 hours. You guys don't realize it's been 24 hours, but it's only been 24 hours for us. So it is a slow process, and we are making it happen. We've got some collabs coming up that we're getting scheduled. So we have 2 that I am aware of right now, and then we might have some more coming up.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And remember to creep it weird. Bye.